Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. And it's going to show you that our people are very destroyed for the lack of knowledge of things. And it's not just the spiritual knowledge that they're lacking. Thus, without the spiritual knowledge, you are completely dead in this world. The spiritual knowledge gives you the insight, the wisdom to be able to navigate through Babylon. But our people have been succumbed to folly, death, sickness, fast food, sweets, so on and so forth. I'm getting to like 3 videos. I'm gonna try to, cram everything into this video, this lesson rather. But look at this folly I'm about to get into, and this is the typical Jake woman that's very uneducated about anything in this world. They just want to have fun and promote folly, do folly, and just live in carnality. So I'm gonna show you this, and this is why most 1 in 3 people are diabetic. And I'm pretty sure she got kids, and they pretty much going to be diabetics and sickly, and it's a mess. Check this out.
Krispy Kreme, and we got the Franken dough dozen. So y'all, basically these are like the original glazed donut, and then they're all dyed green. But each box come with a Frank and a Francine donut. Period. But y'all already know how I get down. I have to
Look at this.
taste the donuts. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna get 6 of them. Cheers!
Look at that shit.
Period.
Do you see how insane this is, man? This shit, this is crazy, man. This lady, most of these, that's why I say most of these Jakes, these so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, they mentally ill. This is a mental illness, a demon on her. Check this out.
Y'all should see Ariana's face right now. She won't let me show her on the camera, but baby, it looks good.
And I'm pretty sure her daughter was like, what the fuck, right? But this is that deaf culture that our people have made with Esau Edom. This deaf, it brings nothing but death by her eating this way, and she pretty much eat like this eat like this. I'm just not saying this particular portion of meal, but it's gonna be Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, Chick-fil-A. The same old routine. Fried foods, a lot of sugar, a lot of salt, overload on the body that leads to disease, cancers, and all this. And she's completely gone. But this is we seeing a microcosm of our people in time. They're destroyed. This is a destroyed people. So let me get into this other video. And she on her way to a bad situation. Let me play this real quick.
Kids so that you take them to the doctors so that they can be put on medication for a lifetime and then make big pharma earn more money. Well, let me prove it to you. So my Superhero Foods just posted this, and they have some really great slides that show you all of the toxic stuff that are in these dyes and where they're banned and what harm they cause. So here's the first one.
Look at that.
Number 2.
And that's how you see these Jake kids eat, is this crap right here.
Number 3. Big one. And the big one. Red dye. Number 3. And maybe the worst offender of all, red dye number 40. I feel like
right here. So this is your cereal. 90% of stuff that you buy at the grocery store, especially a convenience store is a death trap. It's very few things you could get in there that's somewhat healthy. So you have to clean your whole diet up, or it's gonna lead to death. And this is something that our people are finding out the hard way. These devils put all this poison. 90% of the food at the supermarket is not even edible. And you see these people eat this on a daily basis. Look at your, fast food restaurants. They have lines going into the street. And these people are sick, and they want a population sick so they can capitalize on that with the big pharma. Which you go to big pharma, the word pharmacy, right? It's crazy because the spirit had me go ahead and we got something called CVS here. And I go there and get my multivitamins and garlic pills and stuff like that. And you got to watch that too, because you have to try to find the stuff that's natural, that's possible, because you don't want to get none of the stuff with the plastic and all that. The plastic capsules and all that. So I go there. The spirit had me, because when you go, it's this place called CVS. Maybe your brothers and your sisters have heard of it before. You have to go. It's kind of by the pharmacy because, that's where the vitamins and all that stuff will be located at. And the spirit had me look over to like the pharmacy, and you could just see stacks and stacks of prescriptions. And I was like, damn, these people are sickly. 1 in 3 so-called Americans are pre-diabetic. And why is this? Why is this like this? Because the wicked is a rulership. They set this up to be this way. Most people don't even know how food interacts with their body. Our people don't know the herbs heal their body. The Most High laid it all out for us. You know, um, if you have a sweet tooth, you got apples, oranges, everything that's natural. But these people go get this processed candy, which is nothing but death. So let's go here. You see what it is. And I'm gonna go show you some alarming stats. And they actually have these fast food restaurants in hospitals. How about that? They go to show you this whole place is nothing but witchcraft and sorcery. We gotta get the hell up out of here. It says right here, yes, many hospitals, and it's the same poison that put them in the hospital, right? And the same poison that put them in the hospital is what they got in the hospital. Shit is crazy. Many hospitals in the United States maintain long-term contractual lease agreements with fast food chains. This place is a shadow of death. It says, you can see the companies right here. And I remember I had to go see one of my loved ones, family members in the hospital a while back. And it was restaurants in there, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. It was these fast food restaurants in there. But it's nothing but death. Nothing but death and ignorance and stupidity. And this is why people are so destroyed. And that's why they sickly. I think of most of these jakes, a lot of the older jakes are pre-diabetic or they got diabetes already, high blood pressure. And for you brothers that's dealing with some of this stuff, um, I'm starting to get into the herbs and learn. I've been knowing a little something, but I'm starting to get in deep with it, to learn different herbs. And I know Apostle Tahar is like a master at the tinctures and the different herbs for different things and so on and so forth. But that's going to keep you healthy. Which when you in good health, you can keep a sound mind. That's why these people are so bugged out, demons on them. They got all this confusion and brain fog and sickness in their body. This is why the people are all bugged out. Most of these people can't even think straight, but they trying to challenge us on what they think they know about the Bible. It's folly. Roughly 1 in 3 Americans, adults, about 98 million people, has pre-diabetes. Why is this? The way they eat, what they eat, Pop Tarts, cereal, too much, bread. Me myself, I don't eat any bread. I eat bread every now and then. Now I'm to start making my own bread, but I'm not. I still limit the bread. I don't eat. Rarely eat rice. Don't eat really any sweets. No soda pop. I know some of you brothers might know as a soda water, soda pop. No soda pop. You touch that, that's death. Coke, all these different brands. It says a condition. It says with high blood sugar, Salakia, that often leads to type 2 diabetes. Why is this spike happening? Because the wicked has laid these different traps. They've put this food in front of you without any education. You look on the back of a product in the grocery store, it's a laundry list on the back. It's a damn grocery list on the back of different ingredients. There's some of this stuff you can't even pronounce. What you think your body is doing with that? It can't even process it. So it throws your body out of whack. It keep you out of whack. So start. I'm gonna show you some herbs you can get into, like ginger. I'm not talking about the ginger that you get in the store already processed. No, it's fresh ginger. When you go to the section of the grocery store So you can grow your own ginger. I'm about to start back getting into that. And you harvest it yourself and chop it up, throw it in some water and with some hibiscus flowers. That's for brothers that got high blood pressure. It works wonders, but you have to control what you eat. You also have to do some exercise for you brothers. You can't, because these devils, they trying to destroy us. And if you aren't educated about this can cost you your life. This is how serious it is. You have some people getting their legs amputated because of diabetes. They're going blind. It's pretty scary stuff. It says while 1 in 3 have pre-diabetes, the actual undiagnosed diabetes rate is lower. So this is a huge spike in people that got this. And pre-diabetes is going to lead to diabetes eventually if you don't manage it. But why is all this going on? Because the so-called white man, is in rulership. About 60 years ago, most people was in shape. They were slim. It wasn't all this processed food. Now you don't even know what's what now. You think you're eating rice. That's why you have to read the back of those labels. So what I do, if I'm going to eat rice, I get jasmine rice. That's it. Because when you go into the other rice, it says enriched. When something's been enriched, it's been tampered with. Ecclesiastes 30:17. This says, death is better than bitter life or continual sickness. So a lot of brothers, might be having these different diseases, so-called, but you have to clean up your diet. You have to learn about the herbs, and you have to go deep into it to heal your body, because your body will attempt to heal itself if it's given the right things. So if you're dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, some brothers are already diabetic because they, we was eating all this junk growing up and we didn't know better. But matter of fact, I'm probably gonna do another lesson going into some herbs and this and that because it's very important. So this is guy Dr. Sebi, which I believe he was a Jake. And he has a lot of good information going into what herbs, how to pair different herbs with other herbs and make them more potent. Like for instance, if you're dealing with high blood pressure, I found this works pretty good for me. When you get hibiscus tea and ginger, you get the hibiscus flowers and put them in like a pot of water with, chop you up some fresh ginger, let it boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. And this actually tastes pretty good. And I know a lot of some brothers might be dealing with this. And for me, I'm pretty slim, but high blood pressure runs through my father. So it's always something that I have to be, mindful of. So I'm about to start going deep into the herbs, and maybe I'll be doing lessons about that. Let's go here, because you'll think that there's no hope, and you got to get on pharmaceutical drugs, and that's nothing but another trap, because that pharmaceutical crap is nothing but demonic. Ecclesiastes 38:4. It says, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, have created medicines out of the earth. So the medicine, everything you need to heal your body is in the earth. You just got to be educated on what herbs to take for different things, and you have to be consistent with it. And you have to throw a little exercise in there as well. If you're a brother that's kind of overweight, you need to trim that weight down and start working out. You can start off walking and then work your way to jogging. For me, I like to play basketball, so I always been active, but it's still like high blood pressure runs through my father, so I still have to watch how I'm moving, you know. It says, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So you have to familiarize yourself, even if you don't got no elements, no illness, nothing going on. It's still wise to learn about this stuff to keep yourself in good health. You want to prevent yourself from getting sick much as possible, because this devil is spraying shit in the air. He poisoning the food, so you need some kind of defense. Right? Hopefully, this lesson was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Brachat Kodash Shalom.